Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IAS Academy. So today in this session I am going to discuss the most important literatures which will be helpful for all of you who are going to appear in this Prelims 2024. So with respect to historical literature, so I will discuss those literature which were there in last 1 year's newspaper. Clear? So government has also started various initiatives with respect to restoring the ancient literatures of India. So let's begin with the session. As you can see here, the first important thing here is Upanishads and scriptures. Now Upanishads and scriptures, so for example, what was the context here? So first let me tell you the context. Now, so the context here is that Prime Minister Modi, he presented US President a first edition of print book that is based on Upanishads, that is the 10 principal Upanishads from 1937. So he presented this book to United States of America President. Clear? Now, why this is important for your examination? Because it mentions the term or a text called as Upanishad. Clear? Now, let me tell you that Hindu scriptures, basically there are two broad categories, that is Shruti and Smriti literatures. So, Shruti and Smriti literature, Shruti means revealed knowledge, revealed text. Excuse me. Smriti means remembered. Clear? Now, Shruti means to hear. That means oral tradition of knowledge. Oral tradition. Clear? So, India since ancient time was having a oral tradition of knowledge. So let me tell you that Shrutis, so Vedas are considered as Shruti text, Shruti literatures, because Vedas were revealed by Rishi Munis, Sapt Rishis. Clear? They revealed the knowledge. So Veda consists 4 layers. Remember this thing, it is divided into different layers. So there are 4 Vedas. That is Rig Veda, then Yajur Veda, Sam Veda and Athar Veda. Now all these Vedas consist different layers. Like first layer is called as Brahmanas. Now Brahmanas, these are ritual text. ये community नहीं है. These are ritual text. Then Aranyakas, second important layer, Aranyakas. Clear? So Aranyakas are philosophical discussions by hermits. That is why they are called as forest books. Forest books. Then third, Upanishads. Upanishads. Upanishads came during the end of Vedic period, that is why they are also called as Vedanta. So these are Indian philosophies, Indian philosophical text. Clear? So basically Upanishads, remember this thing, talks about different philosophies like transmigration of soul, it talks about individual soul, that is Atma, and supreme soul, that is Paramatma. Clear? So these are different things. Clear? So there are now Upanishads also mention Guru Shishya Parampara. So there are total 108 Upanishads. 108 Upanishads. Clear? So out of 108, 10 Upanishads are very important. So let me tell you 10 important Upanishads. So as you can see here, Upanishads are also known as Vedanta. So these are basically religious and philosophical treatises which talks about humanity and cosmos also. So these are basically ontological discussions. Clear? As you can see here, these are ontological discussions or which maintains the connection between humanity and cosmos, and these are compiled around from 800 to 500 BC. Clear? That means at the end of Vedic period. That is why they are called as Vedanta. So transmigration of soul, nature, God, all these philosophies are there. Now they actually, Upanishads actually represent knowledge of a Brahmin. That means, that is why this is also called as Brahma Vidya. Clear? So these are mostly related to Vedas. These are concluding portion of Vedas. Now as you can see here, 10 principal Upanishads, which is also called as Dash Upanishads. Clear? So as you can see, different important Isha Upanishad, Kain Upanishad. Clear? Then Kathak Upanishad, then Prashan Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, then Mandukya Upanishad, Taitarya Upanishad is also there, and Aitarya Upanishad, then Chandog and Brihadanyak Upanishad. So these are 10 principal Upanishads. There are total 108 Upanishads. Clear? Now the latest Upanishad, which is also called as Muktika Upanishad, written by Dara Shikoh. Clear? The elder son of Shah Jahan, elder brother of Aurangzeb. Clear? So as you can see here, oldest Upanishads कौन से हैं? Brihadanyak, Chandogya Upanishad. So these Upanishads were compiled around 1 millennium BC, and the latest Upanishad, that is Muktika Upanishad by Dara Shikoh in 1656. Clear? So basically these Upanishads were given particular importance. Clear? And these Upanishads were also given importance by Adi Shankaracharya, who talked about revival of Vedic philosophies. Clear? Now apart from Upanishads, manuscripts. Now when we say manuscripts, तो मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट्स क्या है? सबसे पहले किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में इसको लाया गया करंट अफेयर्स में? सो इंडिया हैज लार्ज कलेक्शन ऑफ एंशिएंट मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट बिकॉज पेपर वाज नॉट देयर, सो एट दैट टाइम एवरीथिंग वाज रिटन ऑन लीव्स. क्लियर? और ऑन हार्ड सरफेस. सो इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ कंट्रीज कल्चर हेरिटेज. So the manuscript represents India's cultural heritage also. Clear? That is why over the years these things have been there in museums also. Clear? So manuscripts क्या है? Basically these are handwritten composition. Manuscripts are handwritten composition on paper. सबसे पहले किस पर लिखा जाता? bark, then clothes, metal, palm leaf. Clear? So any other material. So at least 75 years, so dating back at least 75 years. क्लियर? और जिसकी उस मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट की हिस्टोरिकल वैल्यू होनी चाहिए, तभी वो मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट याद रखेगा कि इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगी इंडिया के कल्चर के लिए. क्लियर? नाउ अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, manuscripts, now try to understand some important things, like 75% of existing manuscripts are in Sanskrit language and 25% in regional languages. Clear? That is why Sanskrit consists greater importance. Clear? Now another important thing, lithographs and printed volumes are not manuscript. अब एक चीज याद रखिएगा, printed volumes in the form of books, they are not considered as manuscripts. Getting my point? Lithographs are not considered as manuscripts. Clear? तो अगर ये क्वेश्चन प्रीलिम्स में इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टेटमेंट आता है, सो दिस स्टेटमेंट वुड बी रॉन्ग इफ दे आस्क अबाउट मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट. क्लियर? सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट्स दीज आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम हिस्टोरिकल रिकॉर्ड्स लाइक एपिग्राफ्स ऑन रॉक्स, फरमान्स, रेवेन्यू रिकॉर्ड्स. ये सारी चीजें मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट में नहीं होंगी. मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट विल टॉक्ड अबाउट हिस्टोरिकल एविडेंस, कल्चर. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो आपको ज्यादातर जो मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट मिलेंगी दैट इज ऑन लीव्स, क्लियर, and some like you can say some palm leaves and paper also, some metals also, clear? So remember this thing, like manuscript, like these records, historical records, they provide direct information on events in history, but manuscripts जो होती हैं they also provide different other cultural informations, clear? And that is why to revive this process, Government of India has started National Mission for Manuscript. That is very important. Now, National Mission for Manuscript, what do you understand by this? This is one of the autonomous body under the Ministry of Culture. ये एक body है किसके अंडर में? Under Ministry of Culture. Remember this thing. So this is one of the body under the Ministry of Culture, and their main work is to survive or to preserve the manuscripts of India. Getting my point? Because that represents the historical wealth of India. Clear? Now, apart from this, Bakshali manuscript. Now, why this Bakshali manuscript is important? Because this is considered as ancient Indian mathematical text. So this is considered as ancient Indian mathematical text, clear? And this text was written on a birch, you can say a birch bark, clear? This was written on birch bark, clear? So that is why this is important, and this is considered as the earliest example. Earliest example किस केस में? Use of zero. So this is considered as the earliest example with respect to use of zero. Clear? So UPSC might ask this question this year because these things are important from the perspective of art and culture as well. Getting my point? एंड इसीलिए याद रखिएगा गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज इंट्रोड्यूस नेशनल मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट बिल ऑफ 2023. तो ये कुछ चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो दैट इज व्हाई गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इंट्रोड्यूस नेशनल मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट बिल 2023. Now this bill introduced, and the main task of this bill to preserve the manuscript wealth of India. Getting my point? So इसीलिए इस manuscript bill ने ही याद रखिएगा वो जो अभी हमने inscription डिस्कस किया था, that is Bakshali manuscript. Clear? So that script contains greater importance in terms of ancient mathematical text. Clear? So national mission, and इससे पहले क्या बन चुका है? National mission. Now this national mission for manuscripts. Now this national mission for manuscripts, it was established in 2003. ये कब बना था? 2003 by Ministry of Culture. Ministry of Culture. ये याद रखिएगा. Clear? So this is considered as the apex policy making body or autonomous body, which, clear? And their main aim is to preserve the manuscript wealth of India. Clear? Now, apart from this, Bharatiya Bhasha Summit. Now, this summit was organized as a part of Bharatiya Bhasha Utsav. अब ये ऑर्गेनाइज किसने किया था? दिस वॉज ज्वाइंटली ऑर्गेनाइज बाय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Clear? So this Bhasha Summit, their aim is to facilitate the transition from current education system. So ये जो transition हो रहा है, seamless transition in current education system में transition हो रहा है, उससे related इसमें discussion हुआ था, and it is also rooted in Bharatiya education system, and it is also rooted in Bharatiya languages. Clear? and this was in line with national education policy of 2020. ये किस लिए आया? Because of national education policy of 2020. Another important thing which was discussed in this summit, that was that government has proposed to celebrate the birthday of renowned Tamil poet, and he was also considered as freedom fighter, that is Mahakavi Chinnaswamy Subramania Bharatiya. Now he was considered as Bharatiya, that is why ये जिस दिन ये दिवस मनाया जाएगा उस दिन इनका बर्थडे भी होता है, एंड दैट इज वाई ऑन हिज बर्थडे ओनली गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कंसीडर्ड भारतीय भाषा दिवस ऑन 11th December. Clear? This is the relevance of Bharatiya Bhasha Summit. So this is all about with this ancient literature current affairs which was there in the newspaper in last 1 year. So these things are important for your prelims 2024. तो ऐसे ही हम बहुत सारे वीडियोस लाते रहेंगे जो आपकी हेल्प कर सके इन प्रीलिम्स 2024. सो आई होप यू लाइक दिस सेशन. थैंक यू सो मच.